Hi everyone, it's Stephanie here and welcome back. In today's video, we are going to be creating a loved theme card and we're going to be using the new Heart Art card kit. This is a card that I created with the kit and I decided to go with some rainbow colors. And what I did is I created what I think looks like the conversational candy hearts. As soon as I seen the Heart Art stamp set, that's immediately what I thought of. So I wanted to go really colorful and do some tone-on-tone stamping. So I first did it with some rainbow colors. I just used cardstock and ink colors that I had in my stash. But then I decided I wanted to also do one with the cardstocks that actually come in the kit. There is a really nice blend of blues and purples and pinks and reds in this kit, and the colors go together so beautifully. So I really wanted to highlight all of those colors on one card. So you can see here I have one of the Heart Art stamps. So there is 6 in total, so it works perfect for this design because I'm able to use all 6 of the different hearts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some tone-on-tone stamping. So I have the Berrylicious cardstock here first, and I'm using my MISTI stamping tool so that I can do a double stamp. This is just going to really ensure that I get a really nice solid stamped image. And now you can see here I have that great heart with the word kind of etched on the inside. I love the look of tone-on-tone stamping, and this kind of card design is really quick and easy to create, so it's a great card to mass produce. You could stamp a whole bunch of these on the whole panel and then die cut them all at once, so you could create a bunch of these. So I'm just continuing on and I'm stamping all of the different colors. So for this card, I'm using Berrylicious and Blue Raspberry. I'm using Wild Wisteria for the purple. I'm using Cotton Candy and Ripe Raspberry for the pinks, and then I'm using Red Hot for the red. Now the red one is the only one that the ink was kind of really close to the cardstock, so it was a little bit harder to read the actual words on the heart. So that we're going to end up putting that one in the corner of the card where we're going to overlap the sentiment strip. This one here, the Wild Wisteria, is my absolute favorite, which is kind of funny to me because I usually struggle when I'm creating with purple, but I've really been gravitating towards it lately, and I had a lot of fun with the purples in this kit creating different cards. Okay, so that was my last stamped heart. So now you can see I have them all stamped out. Everything is dried. They look beautiful. We can see all of the words in them. So now what I want to do is die cut them. So I'm using the Free with 60 that's coming out with this card kit, which is the mini heart shaker window and frame. And I'm die cutting all of these, and you end up with a little bit of a border so you can see that cardstock color. And then you have that really cool stamped heart on the inside. So I'm going to be creating the exact same card design as I did on the rainbow version that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So I have a white cardstock panel here that is already cut down to 4 inches by 5 1/4, which is going to give us a little bit of a border when we add this to an A2 size standard card, which is going to be 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 inches. So I just put all of the hearts onto the panel and I kind of just moved them around until I could figure out how I wanted to position them with the different colors. Once I was happy with where I had them placed, I just kind of pushed them off of the panel so that I could start to add them to the card. So what I like to do to add these on here to try and get them as lined up as possible is I center the panel onto my grid mat, and then I use the line in the center of the panel to kind of figure out exactly where that purple heart needed to be. And then I use my T-square ruler as well to just make sure that I have the hearts perfectly straight on there when I glue them on. So I just continued that process. I just kept using my T-square ruler to make sure I had everything lined up, and I just adhered them onto the card with regular adhesive. On the rainbow version, I used black cardstock to create my sentiment strip, but I decided for this one that I wanted to use the gray cardstock that comes in the kit, just to kind of give it a softer look. So I stamped out the Happy Valentine's Day sentiment, which is from the Sweet Celebration stamp set. I stamped that with Versamark ink and added white embossing powder over top, and then I heat set that with my heat tool. Once I had that done, I used the hearts in a row horizontal and I die cut the sentiment so I would have a nice fishtail sentiment strip that we can add to the card. Now I want it to be flat up against the side, so I did put it in my paper trimmer and I trimmed a little bit of the excess off of the right hand side. And now I'm adhering the finished panel to a card base. So this card base is Red Hot cardstock, which perfectly matches the red heart that we added to the card. And right now on first glance, that red heart really looks really bold and kind of stands out a lot to me. But once I add the sentiment strip over top, I feel like it tones it down a bit and kind of helps everything blend together a little bit better. And I did add the sentiment strip on there with some foam adhesive just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then once again, I used my T-square ruler to just make sure that that was nicely lined up and perfectly straight there on the card. Okay, so that finishes our card. It was super quick and easy to create, but I love the final result, and I love that you can get completely different looks with it just by changing up the colors. So you have kind of the card kit colors with the pinks, blues, and reds, and then we have the fun rainbow design. I hope you got some ideas in today's video on ways that you can use the new Heart Art card kit. As always, I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you in another video soon. Thanks so much for watching.